Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry. Had to get up I had to get up a little earlier past few days. Might be a little tired. Oh. Sorry. Okay. Alright, I was just doing a little bit of practice building here. I don't know. I was, Bat, please. Batman. Man-Bat. There we go. Man-Bat. I'll have to keep you in mind. Okay. Yeah, so I just built, like, a little thing, just to sort of, I don't know why, I needed a moment to just, I was like, I need to build stuff, gonna build something or other. No, I didn't do this. I didn't work on this last stream, oh wow, last Monday was, oh wow. I like this though, I don't know exactly what I had in mind for this area, but it's a thing. Anyway, yeah, so I need to go do some of the foundation thingy-mabobs. I actually want to go check. Na 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 na. So, we've got several things to consider here. First off is these buildings. I think, oh, that's a fun one. Dun, na na na. Dun, dun, na 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 na. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I don't know why I'm... No, I'm trying to remember. I didn't have this build, so I don't know about the birch and dark wood interplay here. I think it's alright, but I think the wood and terracotta is good. That building, though, I think it was free builds. Yeah. This building does strike my fancy, though, I must admit. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Strikes my fancy, and I'm like, you know what? This could be an interesting style as well. Maybe for like an industrial thing. Try and have the industrial feel all clean. Sanitized, perhaps. Yeah, that could be a thing. I don't know. We'll see. Do do. Yeah, having like, okay, so this is like your townhouse is what this is. This is your tavern, which I cleaned up, put the windows in. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, last week was last week. Yeah. Sorry. I know Sunday. I would consider Sunday to be, technically the beginning of the week, right? Sorry. But yeah, no, it feels like last week was a long time ago. I know it wasn't. I am well aware it wasn't. But yeah, okay, so what was I? Oh right, I played Rune Factory 5. Sorry. Played Rune Factory and was like, yo. So obviously tavern, bar, center of the town is not a bad thing, not a bad idea. Having a restaurant be that, or, any number of other buildings, is also a good idea. So, I think I also mentioned the idea of having, like, well, the idea of having Ujawatsuts. I think I might have mentioned this, that I didn't want to have the planks, show up here on the underside, or the top of the windows. But, I mean, I think overall this is just better, and because it meshes into the wall, it works out better, where there's no very unnecessary abrupt clash. Down, 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 down. This is a good remix. Like, gives a very different vibe, but also is very true to the original, and it's surprisingly so. And it's a different tempo, but it, like, yeah, it's like it's a different tempo, but it also didn't just change the tempo, you know? Oh, damn. Sorry, I was just thinking Sorry, did I say I was just thinking? We all know I don't do that. Not even worth pretending at this point. What was I saying? What was I saying? Was I gonna say the thing? I'll probably say this some other point. I was working outside. A remix of the Song of Storms came on, and then a storm started playing. Or started playing. And then the storm came in on twinkly toes and played with local town. I mean, I suppose it is true. It's kind of nice, kind of not. I mean, we need rain, that's a thing. But also, like, and I enjoy the rain, but it's also like, it doesn't happen a lot. Ooh. So I want to have this just open corner because why not, really? And I want this to be like the host desk, a little access into the kitchen. And this is just the rest of the restaurant. I guess I did want there to be stairs. That is the thing I was subconsciously going to do. I suppose I don't see much reason not to. Oh, sorry. My mother made some amazing tomato soup. It is not agreeing with me for some reason. It's very strange. But it's whatever. Okay, so also the plan. Because there is, believe it or not, a plan. Sorry. Milkmaid over yonder? What? What? Oi, milkmaid. Okay, sorry. Apparently I just can't read. I'm okay. Apparently I'm tired. Ugh. Tired and gassy. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just like... Oh my god. Listen. That tomato soup was great. I don't know what to say. Besides that, luckily, and I guess I didn't need to point it out. I didn't need to point it out. Because the pillow that I'm sitting on is my ass silencer. And is doing a very good job. Oh my god. Dude. No. The accentuator. I don't even. But I do hard. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell my friend. No, I didn't forget to tell my friend I was streaming yesterday. I forgot to tell him Friday. But now I've thought about it. Oh, this is gonna be good. Trying to use it like it's one of those classic parents trying to use one of those hip new words right with youngins. Oh my god. Well. I don't know what to say. Yeah, pretty much. That's probably the most reasonable phrase that could have been uttered. One of the lore reasonable. Now, okay, now I have to wonder, because was it one of the more reasonable or one of the least reasonable? How did autocorrect mess up there? Alright. Sorry. The sleep paralysis demon came out to play for a second. For more and Percy? Oh my god. Amazing. Gosh, you know, I want to ask about your your OC that you mentioned. That you mentioned that not a lot of people knew about. Don't know if there was any particular reason for that though. So I'll withhold asking. Unless you say you're cool with it. Oh yeah, Ollie, the femboy raccoon. I just remembered femboy raccoon. I see. You said the name, so it was like, oh, it's cool. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh. I see. I see. Alright. That's good. That's good. Hmm. These shutters. Don't know what the placement algorithm is on them. They're odd. Especially when you're just flying. Not that odd. I just messed up. Will have how much where did you ending off in Rune Factory? Cause like I said, there are some characters. I see, I see. Cause there's a like quest thingy where you have to introduce yourself to everybody. And, yeah. Wondering if you would like the blacksmith. Maybe. Maybe. Possibly. Possibly. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Oh, no, no. No, 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 no. You know what? I wonder if you'd like the... I wonder if you'd like the carpenter or the blacksmith more. It's an interesting one. Probably, definitely the blacksmith, I think. I mean, the carpenter isn't bad. Yeah. But they're an interesting character. Hey, Crow, how's it going? Well, I mean, it's not a dating sim kind of thing. It's Stardew Valley, more or less. It's got the romance thing going on. The thing that can happen. It's also a thing you could just avoid if you wanted to. In all fairness. Web fishing a lot, becoming a moldy spore cat. Fair enough. I should get that game at some point. Sorry, I'm just now like... I might have splurged a little bit on money with a few purchases. The, it's probably not gonna go on sale for winter sale. Oh, isn't the winter... Wait a minute, is the winter sale actually... Has it started? $11.27. Okay, it has not started yet. Okay, cool. I was like, wait a minute. That should have probably happened by now. What goes on sale for the Steam Winter Sale? Like, I don't know what goes on sale, but everything goes on sale. It's, pretty, hoppin' time. The thing is that, I went through and was putting stuff on my Christmas list. And there was a game that I wanted, but it was Chocobo. I wanted the physical version of Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. Web fishing. I know it's only like $7 or whatever. But listen. I got the physical version of Chocobo Mystery Dungeon. It cost me too much. It wasn't full price. It was like $50 or something. But I also bought Rune Factory. And I mean, like, I didn't go crazy. But it was a decent, it was a solid expenditure of funds. Nothing crazy. Doesn't set me back a, terrible deal or anything, but it's like, I've been trying to, like, hey, if like, is there a game on sale on my wish list? Oh, it's more than $10? Nah. And that's how that usually goes. That I was like, you know what? Rune Factory, I need to go for something like this. Farming RPG, Harvest Moon thing. Sounds amazing at this particular moment. And there is only, and this is terrible, because I'm sure, like, the Chocobo Mystery Dungeon also only had 2 copies left or whatever on Amazon. And it was like, I could put this on my wish list, but they're probably not gonna. If I send it, they're probably gonna wait on it, sit on it a few days. Could be gone by that point, you know? It's like, Oh yeah, definitely. Need to do more art stuff. I always need to do more art stuff. You know what, I've been... Today was the day where I spilled a drink on my sketchbook. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. It didn't actually even hit any drawings, but did hit a drawing, or the page. Oh, you know what, I actually have Discord up on my PC this time around. Oh, very nice, very nice. Masked duo. Oh my god, the one after it. Very good. I'm just noticing the... I see. Very nice. Very nice. Sorry, my YouTube was like, or YouTube chat was like, been disconnected. Successfully reconnected. I don't know what two anthros with muzzles kissing should look like, but it's pretty good. I also don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just building. I'm just building the build. Yeah. I feel like I probably have some Casey artwork, but I also don't know where that is. I imagine it also probably, I didn't draw it from the side. I probably drew it like ooh. I would probably draw it so it's just like one of the, from a back view where like basically the head is covering all of the I don't know how to draw this stuff. That's just me. Also, I guess that's not, well, I guess that's not really drawing a kiss. It's drawing a thing that implies a kiss. Alright. So I want to do a thing. Don't know how this is gonna look, but we're gonna do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? No, I think... I think it would be scissors. It would be scissors. Which I guess would be like the most extreme tongue action. That's the thing that makes the most sense to me anyway. Yeah, how Crow, how is it going? It's been a little while. Now. Down and now. Fair enough, fair enough. Really want to make an animation? Yes. Yes, that is understandable. I have a bunch of ideas that I just haven't done that I gotta. I don't think I've written them down, so I should probably have forgotten a few. But yeah. I have one idea that's, maybe not an animation meme necessarily, but like the idea would be, like, it'd be like an introduction, an OC introduction video set to, oh, let me, to a specific song, which, you know, it's a video game song, so hopefully it shouldn't matter. Give me 1 second here. Crystal OST. Oh, very nice, very nice. Na, 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 na. Sorry, not that one. Alright, let's... Going back that far is probably too much. Okay. Alright. This is the song I was thinking of. Setting like an OC, like a introduce the OCs sort of thing. Which is the I believe the bug hunting competition music from Pokemon Silver, Gold, Crystal. Which is a dope ass soundtrack. It is an adorable song. Which I also cannot I can't, like, one of my characters, like, if it's an introduce all your OC, right? There's some characters who would, like, there's a kink god. There's a there's a character who would 100% just flip you off out of principle. Like, I guess it could work, but it could also be a bit silly. But yeah, animation, I mean, I'm no expert, but animation is a thing. It's not, I don't know. Well, I haven't done any like coloring animations or anything, or colored in any animations that I've done, but like, I don't know. Would say that maybe they are a bit more daunting, or they seem a bit more daunting than they actually are. But that's, I don't know. Somebody would disagree with me, I know. But yeah, no. Do it! Do it! Go and do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams! Do it! For lovers. Weakened by Kenji. Dubious on copyright. Made by a VTuber. Ooh. I would assume copyright. And I would assume that if it wasn't copyright, then it probably would be. It probably will be at some point. Unfortunately. Do 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 do. No 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 no. Jeez, what is this song from? Someday the dream will end. Rifty Beats, Chocobo and Chill too. Sounds so familiar. I mean, I've heard this song from this particular thing. Oh, I didn't turn the desktop audio back on. Sorry. Oh, in that case, then... Well, I shouldn't say anything. I'm not a lawyer. You should only take my legal advice at your own risk. Yup. How's it going, Solar? I hope you enjoyed the Polaris yesterday. That was fun. Fun and unexpected. How's the progress on whatever project? I mean, it hasn't really progressed too much since last week, which I'm still in denial that it's last week was last week. Feels like it was 5 years ago. Only it was 5 years ago. I think 2 or 3 people. Oh wow. Dude. It's crazy. I don't even know. Don't even know. Hey, Misty, speak of the devil. The Polaris devil. Oh, that is unfortunate. I have been getting up earlier, and yeah, it is nice getting up at 4 p.m. when you stream it at 7, you know? That happened a few times. Not every time. But yeah. They tried to fit a Zeus in the Polaris. I mean, of course somebody did. Yeah. Okay. So... Oh, Misty, I saw on Discord that that you're on the Create Aeronautics and Valkyrian Sky servers. It's like, oh my god. I've been waiting for Create Aeronautics for years. I tried to install Valkyrian Skies a couple times, but it never ended up working. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Let me show you the build world. The large build world. Fair enough, Crow. Fair enough. I'll see you when I see you. Accumulate the mold. I'm sorry, not accumulate. Recompile. Dense. So... I've got a project. I feel like every other week I just have to introduce the fact that I've got this city project. I was clearing out a little bit of space before stream, but nothing too crazy. So I basically was like, I've got this idea, and then Okay, I'll build on that idea. We'll make it bigger. And then it got too big. And I'm just doing it anyway. So yeah. So I first got the idea, it was not from Midgar. It was explicitly not from Midgar. I had not played Final Fantasy, period. When I started this idea. It's a little bit like Midgar, kind of. Alright. So you see this giant floating disc. So we got a city. Built a little town. Got these little pillars. We got this giant disc. Okay. But that's not it. That's not all of it. So the idea is that we're gonna have little bit of a town, a little bit of city underneath the discs. I said discs. We're gonna have city on top of the discs. We're gonna have these nice bridge wall things. Don't mind the low distance stuff loading in. We're gonna have these wall city things. There's space inside for more city. There's this space for city. Yeah, and to give the full sense of scale here, we've got this, but then we've also got this, and the game's gonna crash. Maybe. Oh, okay. And I don't have, like... I was gonna set... So I was gonna put another section, like, here, but... Or... It lines up with this, but it's just... It doesn't really line up at a good spot, so it's like, no, I'm not doing that. But basically, it's gonna end somewhere here. So, yeah. And, I only very recently started messing with this stuff. And this is one of the things I want to do today. I have to build, like, a bunch of styles. But I also have these sort of layouts, foundation things, that I can just pretty easily and quickly just put down. So that's also something I'm doing. Yeah. And what else? You know, I don't know what my idea with the scaffolding was. I think, like, naturally, if I was going to build this all in survival with mine colonies and create stuff, or mine colonies and architecture stuff, like, it just makes sense. And because I need the volume to actually clear out the area. But yeah. I do think I need to do more foundations. There's definitely I could definitely do more. Yeah. Oh, also this is like military base is what this is gonna be. That one probably work on a little bit later. The idea is that I've got this style that is biotech. That is usually like moss roofs, sort of metal framed buildings. Gameplay variety grew more and more. Working on a tabletop RPG. I mean, like, same, except I didn't, I haven't played many things with friends. I played some D&D, and then I looked into Cyberpunk, and I was like, you know what? I really like Cyberpunk, but it's not quite perfect. I'm gonna make my own thing. And I am in the process of that, but I haven't touched in a while. It's not mine colonies. It's not mine colonies that has this building save feature. I think it's Structurize. Structurize is the mod, but Structurize is a prerequisite for mine colonies. It's how the building format stuff works. To be specific, but yeah, it's Structurize. That's a particular one there. All right, I'm going back to the build world. Nice. I gotta do more tabletop stuff at some point. Bite the bullet, just find some people online. The thing is, though, that I really like the sound of Cyberpunk and like a lot of the systems that it's got going on. But I'm also like, everybody's too busy. It's maybe a little bit crunchier of a system than D&D. Maybe it only uses D10s and D6s, which is nice, but like there's armor. There's like an actual armor system that you have to keep track of armor, and it's constantly degrading, and you know, it's for every attack roll, well, not every attack roll, for every attack roll for there's also a defense or an invasion roll, so it's like their teeth to crack when they dig into the game. Like, I mean, it's Cyberpunk, so yes. I mean, literally, explicitly, I want to do a one-shot that sort of introduces, that's just a sort of an introduction to Cyberpunk, the tabletop game, with my regular players, and it's like, it's just gonna explicitly straight up be like, yo, your characters are dying. I'm going to play this like normally, and your characters are probably gonna die before I canonically kill them. As you know, a one shot with pre-gen characters. Although I'm also thinking about not doing that and just being like, yo, make 2 characters and the one shot is just like a prequel thing. But I don't know how mean I want to be. I feel like that could be a terrible thing, but also like it would be very Cyberpunk. Gradable items are super annoying to track and get thrown away nearly instantly. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's a possible thing for both of them, for like, it could be possible to survive that encounter that I'm thinking, but it does have a moment where like basically an impossible to defeat amount of enemies show up at the end and just like the end of Red Dead, like the end of Red Dead 1. Oh, very nice, very nice. The thing with the armor system in Cyberpunk, though, is that, like, for one thing, armor is separate from agility and evasion and dodging. So, like, there's a thing about, like, well, you know, like, in D&D, armor class is, like, it combines those two things, and it would be, in a lot of people's minds, more interesting to have those dodging and, you know, dodging and sort of armor, have them be separate things. I'm trying to think. Well, the thing with Cyberpunk, is that, not a glass cannon, but, like, you can legitimately be in a point where, so the way it works is that if you have 11 armor, if you get hit with a attack that does, you get hit, the attack does 11 damage, you don't take any damage. If it gets, now if that attack did 12 damage, you take 1 damage, and then your armor goes down, it ablates to 10 armor, and it keeps doing that, you know, with, like, an exception of armor piercing ammo doing 2 instead of 1. And also, melee weapons go through half armor. So, like, it's a good, there's some interesting things about it. Definitely, but math possible. Literally take me to calculate plus 9 and the result's 20. Yes, absolutely. I don't think it would be a terrible thing, and it's a really, like, it is also really interesting system because one of the things they've got a heavy handgun and a very heavy handgun. Heavy handguns do 3d6 damage, but heavy handguns do 3d6 damage, and they get 2 attacks per turn. Very heavy handguns only get 1 attack, but they do 4d6. And, like, because of how that armor system works, the 4d6 is generally, like, not 100% always better, but, like, you will absolutely take a very heavy handgun over a heavy handgun, get 1 attack per turn, and it will be the better option in some cases. In a lot of cases. Which is a super interesting thing to me. Because anything you can do to just, like, decrease this sort of thing of just, oh, the action economy is king, and have some other things to balance that out. Pretty good. Oh, there's also the thing of, I've never used Roll20 or any, like, virtual tabletops, but there's also that to consider. Just thinking of ways to change this up a little bit. Cyberpunk is also, specifically Cyberpunk is a really good, well, I guess Arthouse Orion is very good, where they have free DLCs every month. They're small, but they're free DLCs that do end up actually adding a lot to the game. And then they compile all of those free DLCs into a small book that has an exclusive DLC as a part of it, which those are also good. And they're not like $30. They're like, I don't know actually what one of them was like $8, one was $12 or $11 or something, and I don't know what the third volume was, but like, yeah. The thing for me is that I want to make a video game, is what I really want to do, but like, I don't have the time or resources to make a video game, but I do have at least the game design. I can do the game design by myself. I don't know if I have the experience for it, but like, yeah. I mean, well, okay, the thing with the video game is also that if I wanted to do it the way I wanted to do it, it would be Star Citizen. It would be the size of Star Citizen, and like, I mean, you know, one day. But and like, genuinely though, I really like the whole systemic approach that CIG is doing with stuff, and that is definitely a part of stuff. But yeah, the main thing with my RPG is that with my tabletop game is that is character creation. I want it to be a modular character system, so like, and I don't know what, I guess, okay, I need a better way to describe it. Spore. It's just not exactly Spore necessarily, but like, you could make whatever you want, and like, you know, if you choose, you know, to make a, you know, if you choose like digigrade legs over plantigrade legs, you've got different stats and stuff. I mean, that's just gonna happen with game design, I would imagine. There's just a lot of ideas that you're like, oh, well, what if I did this? What if I did that? Oh, but what if I also did this? Oh, but I could do this. Oh. So. Can't remember if it was the game that was supposed to be after Mafia 3 or if it was Mafia 3. I think it was the game after that, it went through like several design things. Oh, I see. Do we just have the same idea? I also do want there to be like well, cybernetic and magical enhancements is what was going through my mind. And it's a thing of like, for me at least, it's a thing of like, if you have like a human arm or like a flesh arm, maybe you can get 2 cybernetic modifications and 2 magical enchantments. But if you have like a metal arm, you can't do any magic, but you can do cybernetics. And if you did like an all wood arm or an all crystal arm or something, then it would be all magic or different amounts, you know. But I also don't know. I don't know how exactly I would want to do that. Biological also, well, I mean, I kind of want there to be a theme of like magic versus technology versus nature or something. But I don't know, I haven't given that particular part of it too much thought. But yeah. The leading idea is at the end of the day it's basically, can I make my persona in my game? And you know, I don't have like the most complicated persona. But I'd like, if you've got any ideas, then I want you to be able to make the character. Aside from, I don't know. I want it to be as insane as possible. But it's like, yeah. There's gonna be something I'll miss. But that's what expansions are for. Ooh. One or the other. Cyberarm can get... Okay. Is it like a progression? Where you get like the basic Mantis Blades and then upgrade to better Mantis Blades, or... Like, what do you mean by chains? Oh, I also should say that... More like modules for cybernetics. Okay. Progression, like stat progression. I want my thing to be a classless system where basically, but there's abilities that are, you know, the things you would get as a part of like being, you know, a rogue or a sorcerer or a wizard, and all of those are split up into abilities, and you level up and you get abilities that you want, and you can just pick anything. within reason. There might be a few things when, you know, it might be up to the table, you know. Like, do you want to level up and become a lycanthrope? I mean, I guess you could do that, but, like, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to become a lycanthrope, there needs to be, like, a story thing that happens there. Well, let's try adjusting this a little bit. It's fair. Oh yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind. To design... I had a design for a character sheet a long time ago, but like... There's also... There's a lot of stuff... A lot of stuff has changed since I made that. I also tried to go like really, really short on the list. Very compact on the list of skills and abilities. But I don't know if that's... It'll probably get expanded on. But also, stuff needs to just get playtested. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So... I think of what other tiny little utility things I could make. Oh, I had an idea for like a bodega I could do. Yeah, I need to go through, look at a few things. Alright. 'Cause like... Well, I don't know. There might be some very strange ideas that I've come across in my time on the internet. I was like, you know, this should probably... I should figure out a way to make this an ability. I guess nothing really too strange. But there's like... And I haven't playtested, I haven't finished the first draft, so, you know... Everything's like a work in progress. But I at least have the idea of having like a ghost, like a possession ability where you can just possess somebody. And I mean, there's a lot of ways that could work. A lot of ways it could work badly. But it'll be fine. Oh. Oh, I suppose that could be a thing. I mean, like, it's definitely, like, going to have to be a roll. And it's definitely going to have to be, you know, a potential thing where, like, I mean, at some point, like, I don't know, if you make 5 rolls, or you make, like, a roll an hour, then, you know, eventually, like, at some point, you just, like, you're permanently possessing whoever. That's pretty reasonable. And, I mean, there could be a lot of ways to work around that for a BBEG. Or a lot of ways to just not. I'm sure there was something. Some other things. There's also like a scale or sizing. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Oh yeah. So there's at present there are 5 sizes. You've got normal, small, large, and then you've also got micro and macro. Theoretically, you could go higher than macro, but I don't want to balance that yet. And there's also weapon sizes. Small, medium, large. Medium can use anything. Small can use small and medium weapons. Micro can only use small, and the other way going up. So did I do have Discord up. If you were going to share that. If not, that's cool. I mean, there could be some, like, passive abilities. There could be some passive abilities that allow for stuff like that. Yeah, you know what? That wouldn't be terrible. Also, what is a medium weapon and what is a large weapon could be an interesting point of... You might have... I mean, what if you had a gun the size of the gun on an A10 Warthog, but it was chambered in .22 long rifle? Which is absolutely massive thing, ludicrously small caliber. Or... I see. Or something on the opposite end where it's... Oh my god. I'm just thinking of, like, It's like a sawed-off shotgun that's like so sawed off that the shells just poke out the end of the muzzle, quote unquote. No, that actually probably would be an interesting passive ability. So I don't know. There's a lot of buildings I need to make at some point. Don't have like a shop. Need a shop. Sorry, I'm adjusting my microphone here. Alright. And... oh, never comfortable. Never comfortable. It's lovely. Also, my idea, make one game that has the character customization and the progression I want, then maybe specialize that particular game a little bit. Ooh. Well, see how that game goes. Build a more in-depth one that has a little bit more to it. The little Discord preview could be better. Let's see. Hang on, open in browser. Okay, that's... ooh. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, this is pretty clean. Very nice. Yeah. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, yeah. Group initiative. Okay. So, let's see. I'm just looking at, so each attribute has, and I don't want to spoil or leak anything, but I see that each attribute has 4 things, has 4 skills associated with it. When I was going through and trying to cram as basically deciding what skills would be in based on how I could cram the character sheet, that's how I did it. For at least the initial pass. I'm just looking at this and it's like these all look very good and seem very good and logical. But also was salvaging always a thing? No, I guess salvaging makes sense. It's just like I could see it if I was making this, I could see it as I've got 3 things. I've got 3 things for this skill, or for this attribute, and I can't think, and it would look very clean if I put a 4th one in there. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to remember. Where character sheet? Oh, yeah. And yeah, no, I kind of cheated as well. I kind of cheated on the skills because there's evasion and willpower, which are technically kind of skills, except they're really more defensive skills. So I took them, so they're not on the skills section, they're in their own separate area. Which actually, now that I'm looking at it, it is actually very nice, very clean. The biggest problem that I foresee with my system, for me, okay, so I want an armor system. I want it simpler than Cyberpunk, where there's no ablating armor, and it's just this is your armor. It reduces the damage you take by this much. Maybe there's some ways to ablate it or remove armor or something, but like it's not a thing that happens all the time. So there's HP, there is MP for magic stuff, and there's also SP for stamina, which is which is 3 depletable resources that you've got to keep track of, which is a little much. But I think like it just allows for some better balancing. Although it is absolutely more complexion than necessary. Oh, and also there's elemental types and like what resistances you have to elements is also tracked on there. And I guess let me actually just, it's very basic. Let me just... Be consumed when HP is depleted. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. So let's see. Got your name, got level, improvement points, which is just straight from Cyberpunk. That might change. HP. Health points, stamina points, magic points, your armor, your evasion, which is, you do a roll, you do an attack roll, the enemy does an evasion roll, or vice versa, and does the attack hit, and willpower is basically like magic, is magic armor. Well, not magic armor, but it's, just the wisdom saving throw, basically. And then you've got strength, dex, spirit, which is a combination of charisma and constitution, because again, I wanted to make things all compact. I suppose that's true. I don't know. It's a thing that I should look back at. Oh yeah, I did have. I was trying to remember what status was. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is not a finalized, graphically complete thing, but it does. Well, I don't know. It takes up a little bit more, like 60% of the page. So like, it's pretty compact. But yeah, what other things do we have here? Move is a stat. Move is a stat in Cyberpunk, and I like the idea behind that. Some things are very crammed together. Oh, and I guess it's maybe not super obvious, but yeah, like, these are strength skills, these are dex skills that are under the things. Probably a better way to do that. But yeah. Knowledge. A very, very crammed together thing. Magic, knowledge, and crafting. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the deal with with status type stuff was. I think I have it listed somewhere, but I'm trying to think. I probably had considered using, like, not Excel, but like the Google spreadsheets. I don't know why I decided not to. But inserting tables, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Spreadsheets and Excel, like, they work. Definitely work. And they definitely have some advantages over a doc, but not the be all end all either way. So my mouse has turned invisible. No. Hmm. Okay. Ooh, because I also know I'm gonna have to... I know I am gonna have to do, I'm going to have a lot of tables at some point. Yeah. Oh yeah, because... yeah, you know, actually, I do have... Right now, the character customizer section of everything is pretty well built out. It's not complete. Is pretty done. At least for, again, for first draft. So I gotta think about it though. So I also want it to be setting agnostic. So, sorry. I want it to be setting agnostic. So, I have a few ideas for like some basic, hey, if you just want to, you know, if you don't want to make your own thing, then here's some ideas, and I've got a few of those. Including space fantasy, and ground fantasy. Also known as regular fantasy. Yeah, I don't know exactly what how I want to do it. If I do want to do the, like, making 2 games and then having the second game, maybe, like, starting with 1 game, making, like, then going back, turning the second edition of the first game into a more simplified thing, and then, a more simplified version of it, and then the, second game being like a more complicated version of it, but I don't know. Yeah. I do have a bunch of ideas. I don't necessarily want to I don't know, actually. So as a space fantasy, or I'm sorry, science fantasy, is technically the term. It could totally be a thing of like, there is a fantasy world, there is a planet that is just a fantasy world that is just, you know, doesn't have all the cool space age tech. An urban fantasy would also probably be an urban fantasy taking place like earlier in the lore time period. Earlier in the timeline before space age stuff could also be good, set on Earth. But yeah. I do want to have some idea of space combat. But that would probably be, if I did a second game, then it would be the second game sort of thing. But then I also have to have some kind of vehicle combat. You know, I wonder. Yeah. Oh, and I should say that. So I had, for a long time, not super long, it feels long, I had the idea of doing a D&D campaign, and it never happened. I had an idea in high school, it never happened. I actually know, there were a few games that I played, somehow with multiple characters and with multiple players, multiple sets of players. And the idea was that this was a slow burn, a very slow burn into like well, okay, I'm sorry. It's a like the players are a part of like this guild, and you know, if somebody can't make it, then oh, well then this week, you know, or this session your character isn't just isn't here. But, you know, they still exist in the world and are doing stuff or whatever, but they're just not here for this particular session. That was the idea. And I mean it did not get too many games. We did get a few games. I think at least no, I think the one player who, I don't know. They might have. There were a few players who showed up for multiple sessions who might have gotten or might have chosen different characters or made new characters, but I'm not 100%. Oh well. But yeah, I had grand ambitions. But I'm probably just gonna turn those grand ambitions into a new thing in my new system. But I also want to play a goddamn game of Cyberpunk. And like it kind of really sucks for Cyberpunk because like, well, I don't know, it was good cuz like I made like the entire, it's not Night City, it is our local town in Cyberpunk. And yeah. So it's like I've done all this work, but I also can't exactly just like go off and be like, yo, anybody wanna play the any random internet strangers wanna play this game? Definitely doesn't. No, Montreal. No, yeah, Montreal's pretty far. I'm the other CA, California. So, yeah. But yeah. Oh, but yeah, I do also have an idea for like proper good old science fantasy campaign. But we'll see. We'll see when when that might happen. Quite possibly never. Nah, it'll happen at some point. Just a matter of figuring that out. That one I suppose I could do online. If I had a system. A complete system. Oh, my mouse disappearing is not fun at this point. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you know, I guess I probably could try stairs, but perhaps not. So how hopeful are you that next year's CitizenCon is going to be in Montreal? Because it would be closer. It would be closer than Manchester for me. But I probably wouldn't go. Yeah. Oh, this would be sick if this worked the way I wanted it to. Would be sweet, would be swifty. I think that works well enough. And what is this? We got okay. I should have checked the issue council after yesterday's stream, but I didn't. I am amazed that I didn't see any Reliant owners mention the thing about the losing the MFDs as if it's just like a accepted reality. It's like, no. I didn't see this coming, but I'm not surprised. Behold, modern architecture. Have they? Like, I get it. I get it. But like, come on. Because it's also like, they took the two MFDs that weren't cluttering up the space on the Reliant. It's like, it's like, I get it, but come on. Oh, the one thing I wish my Star Citizen videos got more. The one video that on the YouTube side of things that has the most views is Star Citizen 316 Reliant Redemption, which was the patch where they like, I don't know, like in 314 the Reliant was really busted, like literally unplayable. Like literally unplayable. And 316 was the patch where they fixed it. That video got pretty good views. I wish the I wish the one where I was talking about, there was like, for 2 seconds, there was drama, in air quotes, about like energy weapons having recoil. And like, I don't know. It was just like it was a silly thing. And I don't care, but like they made like an argument about like, well, they didn't make an argument, but they had said, and probably offhandedly and not actually seriously meaning it, but they said that like, oh, there's just no way to make a weapon without recoil seem interesting or something. And like, I'm like, dude, there's like at least 5 other stats that you can balance with recoil to have a weapon with no recoil that makes it interesting. Like that statement is just not the statement I want to be hearing from a game designer, from somebody balancing weapons. And again, it, like, you know, it's whatever. Really not that big of a deal. But made a whole thing about it. I made a video and it was like, should energy weapons have recoil or something, and was like, that was the closest thing to a clickbait title that I've done. No, actually that's not true. It did make an asexual furry plays Smash or Pass. Or Pokemon Smash or Pass. Yeah. The main thing, my main FPS takeaway for Star Citizen is that the Gallant, the Klausenwerner weapon sights, except for the Arc Light, which I think basically just didn't really change that much, All of the new ones look like hot garbage. Like, not, I don't know, like, oh, the new iron sights, they went too far, they didn't make them realistic enough. Yeah. But, like, I think the main one is that, like, a lot of them feel very samey. That there's not too much, like, manufactured differences between them. But that doesn't really matter too much. But just the way that the Gallant sights look, it's like, dude, this just doesn't look good. Like, I'm sorry, but no. Oh, you know, they did release the Q&A for the Starlancer TAC. It is true. I was assuming that the TAC's drop seats section, I was assuming that they worked the same way that the Max's elevator cargo lifts worked. Where they would just shoot you down. But apparently they don't, which is a little unfortunate. Maybe a little unfortunate in my mind, but probably more practical. Probably not. It could also be a thing, a weird way that they worded it. I love looking at, you know, CIG posting stuff, and then, like, just thinking about, like, dude, they use this particular wording, and somebody's gonna take it out of context. I can't remember. I think, like, they said it was something about AI blades, because somebody's gonna get upset about anything they say about AI blades. Now I gotta look it up. It was like, this is what our implementation, this is the intended implementation, this is something. Will the Starlancer's computer capacity allow for the 2 dorsal remote turrets to be bladed? Yes, the current intention is to allow the Starlancer TAC's computer to have the capacity for AI blades, though this is subject to development of the AI blade system and implementation in game. Oh, so actually they didn't really answer the question? They didn't really say yes. They said yes, and then said, like, we don't know. We don't know exactly how this is gonna work. But, which is like, yeah, I don't know. Which, I mean, I don't know. Tis a thing with CIG. I really hope John Crew's doing okay. I'm sure that like the whatever drama he was, whatever drama. Oh right, the galaxy, the galaxy drama. I'm sure that didn't really phase him. It's been around the block. I'm sure he's fine. But like, you know. I just remember like he has a personal YouTube, and I think he has some videos I haven't watched in a long time, but he had some videos of like fixing up a car. I can't remember what it was. Oh, you know what? Just gonna do like there's some get some little crates, get some, let's see, maybe some counters. Yeah, I'm gonna have to break a window. Lovely. Did I turn off game audio? I did. Perfect. It works. Listen, I already mentioned an asexual furry plays Pokemon Smash or Pass, which was a real video that really happened. It's not some crazy fever dream of mine. I'm pretty sure. The funny thing is that wasn't an April Fool's joke, or that wasn't an April Fool's video, but it had the energy. Actually, hold on, let me make sure. Let me fact check my own video. I honestly cannot remember what that was. It did not start out life as a April Fool's video, but it has the energy of one. Hold on. My I don't know if it's gonna happen. And maybe I shouldn't say. March 17th. It was not April Fool, but I could have waited for April Fools. Why didn't I? That was just poor planning on my part. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, idea for April Fools is to go through my... Apparently. My idea is to go through, my favorites on E621, but except they're all just super wholesome, and the most wholesome things, and then there's just one that is the horniest thing, and it's all blurred and censored, of course, and just like, oh, yeah, no, that I can't show on YouTube, and then just ends the video. Unfortunately, I do have to be, if I'm honest, my E621 favorites gallery might be a little bit, might have a few too many things to make it really work. Trying to think. There has to there has to have been at least one thing. Cause there's a decent amount of like safe for work animations that are just like really high quality that for some reason somebody reposts them to E6 and it's like, oh wow, this is just genuinely awesome. And the tag that I main, that I frequent, that I main. Sorry. I shouldn't get that excited at the idea of maining an E6 tag like an Overwatch character. But anyway, the one I frequent is Transformation, which is definitely has a lot of potential for having some safer work stuff. So so it does happen a decent amount that there's just completely safe for work stuff. E6 tag. Yeah, no, it's amazing. Listen. I can't pull it up, but listen. I swear. Only the most wholesome stuff. E621 / transformation. Trying to remember. There was one like animation, like a fake trailer for a movie that looked like way too good, was just way too good to be fake, but it was fake. It was like, oh. And I think it was like, I don't think it was, it had like an actual release date, but it was like December 32nd or something like that. I don't think it was actually December 32nd, but something like that. Like December 32nd, 2073 or something. It was like, damn. This deserves to be a thing, but it never will be. Apparently just getting a lot of information out of me tonight. Uh... I... Either I apologize or you're welcome? I don't know. It can go either way, I guess. It really depends. Yeah, that's fair. Oh. Hold on, the Game Chops is down. It's interesting. Can swap it up, actually, if, let's see, what do we got? We have a few live streams going, a few radios. Oh no, they only have... Do they only have the two? I guess they only have the two. Peaceful, relaxing video game music and video game study lounge. Study lounge is down, so... Yeah, no, it is. Oh, or not. Dropping frames. I suppose it could also be that something's... Oh, not ads. Oh, thank God. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's okay. Let me just... They've got a... Okay, they've got a video. Might pop up with an ad. Doesn't look like it. Cool. If you... Listen. I mean... I said some stuff. If you look up rating, rating colon safe... That sounds very strange. But if you explicitly just get the safe stuff, then there are things. I swear. Oh, you know what? Actually... These would probably look pretty decent. Alright, got ourselves a little shop. Beautiful. Hang on. Now I'm curious. More curious than I should be. Oh. Now wait a minute. At this precise moment. Alright, the 10th... Okay, just straight up looking up just transformation. The 10th thing is safe. The 11th is questionable, and then the 12th is safe. Everything around that maybe not. .2% is probably good though. Is probably relatively respectable. Okay, I'm gonna exit the world and come back. I need my mouse here. Oh, I cannot see it, but I can see it on the preview. It's hilarious. Oh my god, okay, hang on. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna quit the game real quick. I'm gonna reload it. It's okay. It'll take a few... take like 2 minutes. Actually, now think about it. There's forever, for the longest time, I've wanted to I'm a shapeshifter, so I wanted to have like alternate shapes. I guess I should say my persona is a shapeshifter. I don't know. But anyway, I had the idea for the longest time, but I wanted to go like all out on it, and I wanted to have little animated transformation things. And I mean, it'd be super cool. It'd be super rad to do that, but also, oh wow, oh, somebody's been has been busy adding a lot of these. But one of the things, I saw another streamer who had basically the same idea, except instead of doing animations, it's just still images, or it's just still, well, as still as a animated PNG tuber is. And I found out about them because of E6. Yeah, I'm kind of curious if all of their artwork would be safe or questionable. I feel like it would be questionable. No, it is safe. Listen. It's deserved. It is deserved. I'm sorry. Sorry. Well, if you think that's funny, then let me tell you about. No, oh god. Trying to think. If I wanted to continue that thought, how would I continue that thought? And I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything that wouldn't be grounds for banning me off of Twitch. That's the truth. There is also, I mean, there is the convoluted nature of the potential convoluted lore and I don't want to say politics, but like thing of like how shapeshifters, different kind of shapeshifters between like lycanthropes and vampires have some shapeshifting abilities, and then just shapeshifters, honest to God, just I can change my shape at will. That is a piece of lore, as a thing. Also, for stuff, so. I need to read the Nimona visual novel. Because I saw the movie. And it's really good. And there's like elements that were like, oh my god, this is exactly like a thing that I have just not seen with shapeshifters, and a thing like I want to expand on. Like, you know, the idea of like a shapeshifter being somebody who, I mean, has the ability, and it's obviously a power that can be used for things like growing wings so you fly everywhere instead of having to drive or something. Or turning into having like a combat mode or something. But also like using it as a means of like self-expression over something, you know, more nefarious, like being a doppelganger and just copying somebody's identity for, you know, the purposes of espionage. And like, you know, in a world with shapeshifters, you know, there would be people who have that, you know, that stigma against them, you know, like. And it's an interesting thing to explore. Or it would be an interesting thing to explore in, like, a fantasy world. Yeah. Is Changeling an actual, like, a playable race? I mean, somebody's made a character sheet for it, I know. Oh. Let's see. Changeling. Bay creature. Okay, I don't know why my mouse still isn't showing up, but guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Medium or small. Do the size when you select the race. Let's see. Determine the specifics of the change, including your coloration, hair length, Adjust height and weight. Change size between medium and small. Can make yourself appear as a member of another race, though not none of your game statistics change. Ooh, I see. By my... Interesting. By my estimation, I would... That's like... I mean, that is a shapeshifter. But also, like... In my mind, a shapeshifter is more powerful. Not necessarily more powerful, but just has, like... That's definitely one, like, a balance thing, right? But, like... You know. Oh, the Ares... the Ares Inferno, Mohe, and Performation. Yes, I've seen that. It was like, oh my god. They had it... They posted it themselves. It was amazing. I mean, like... It's amazing. Oh, dude. You know, they... Oh, the... Star Citizen Live. They, Zach Pierce, who, like... Again, like, the Klaus and Werner weapon sight thing and the energy weapon recoil, like... I may or may not have a, you know, what's a love-or-hate para-relationship with this man. But he mentioned, like, you know, we wanted to, in the monster matrix, we wanted to leave some space open so we could, in case we wanted to nick something from the community. And I'm like, oh my god, this is my chance. I've got to design something so I can throw it in there. Oh, cause like, they would totally be willing to do that. The dude literally said. And I don't know. We'll see. I may very well do that. What I would want to do, I would want to do a carbuncle. And if you look it up, carbuncle, mythological creature. Do not just look up carbuncle if you are unaware. Trust me, you just don't. But yeah, so like, yeah, so they would be like, and I think they would have to be, because like carbuncles are like fox, rabbit things that have a gem in their head, and naturally like the gem could be a harvestable thing, preferably, yeah, and you know, maybe like, well, okay, Star Citizen creature design, I feel like I would be completely okay with just making a carbuncle straight out of Final Fantasy, but like, no? they would not do that. It would have to be some weird combination of several creatures, which I could think of a few things for. While trying to maintain the same silhouette. Yeah, that's fair. But they would basically be like just a little critter that runs around and has probably like some gemstones growing in its forehead, maybe on its back. Potentially it could be a thing, maybe you could sedate them and they sedate them and non-lethally remove, like, just cut off some crystal. And that could just be a thing. And they'd also be like, they would burrow, snack on, like, bugs and grubs. And it would be a thing of, like, it's just a way for, like, to very slowly but surely, like, move, elements, like, that are in worms eat inadvertently, you know, going through dirt, and then they get eaten, and then, like, those get collected into crystals or something. Or, I don't know, something like that. Also, yes. I love the Mountain Dew bottles. Oh no. No, they're cruise. I can't help but see them as Mountain Dew bottles, though. Yeah. I mentioned that Fizz Cola, like, Fizz Cola Soursop got me started on a whole journey. Wait a minute. I need to check who's in chat before I say these words. Okay, cool. It got me started on a whole, like, homemade soda journey. Because I was like, what the fuck is soursop? Sounds like very strange. And I haven't made soursop soda, but I have had soursop nectar. And it's basically tastes like banana. It's it's a fruit like dragon fruit, like durians, that same sort of, I don't know if family is the right term, like that sort of same family of fruit. Don't know why I got to that. I have a very specific idea of what I want to do here. And I need to just get the magic stuff. Oh, you know what? Yeah. But yeah, now I did start making my own soda. I don't really do it that much, because I don't necessarily have the ingredients on me at all times, unfortunately, but oh yeah, I did at one point. At one point I was making redwood. I was using redwood leaves because they grow in my backyard. And yeah, let me tell you, when they mentioned redwoods at CitizenCon, and they're not like, I don't know exactly what species they are, but they are redwoods. We're related anyway. and they're massive. And I guarantee the first thing I said when I saw redwoods pop up, I was like, chainsaw. We need chainsaws. Chainsaws, I don't care if it's a beam, we need a chainsaw. Beam chainsaw, beam chainsaw. And like you don't know. Maybe you do, I don't know. But like those things those trees are monsters. We're having rough weather today, and like literally like I want to say that like part of a tree just fell on me. That's maybe a little bit of an over exaggeration, but still. It was just a bunch of branches that came loose. Heavy wind. But still. Oh, and don't get me wrong, also, I'm super excited for them. I would be surprised if they have, like, if they go, like, super crazy with physics. Not because it doesn't seem like their MO, because it absolutely seems like their MO, but, like, it just seems like too much at that point to actually honestly have, like, chainsaws in Star Citizen. So the Polaris is sort of a chainsaw. I can't argue there. Okay, let's see. So we've got a bar, we've got a restaurant, we've got a store, we've got 3 variations of houses, but all in a certain footprint. Oh, also, second soda to dig into here. Not homemade. Everything to below ground. Yeah. I do wonder if they are going to go with the... Forever ago, they teased the ability to put like... to have like ground deformation on grenades or explosives. And they definitely haven't... As far as I know, they haven't implemented it. Because... Good lord, the servers cannot handle it right now. Wonder if they are going to do something like that. One of the things with something like that is that with buildings destruction, someone crashes Polaris into Area 18. I mean that. So like, landing zones will have shield technology. I mean, listen, I would love. It would make for a very explosive scene. I don't know if I don't know if I would love to see it necessarily in that sense. Seems a little bit odd to think about now, but it would be awesome. And I would love to see that. Air quotes. But actually, okay, yeah, but it's also the thing with building. I feel like probably an outpost is just not going to be a thing that can be destroyed. Like if they place it down, even if it's by, you know, yeah. Oh god, sorry. Yeah, you probably wouldn't see like Shubin Mining Center 17, you know, getting destroyed, you know, just turning into a crater because of an A2. But they totally could do that. They could totally do that and have base building as like a systemic thing where it's just like, hey, there was a mining station here. It got destroyed. And now, hey, you have a Pioneer, you have a BLD, a Starlancer, you know, hey, you know, go build a new base. Be gay, do crime. Exactly. But yeah. I would love to see that. But I don't think that's gonna happen. And why did I put that terracotta there when I was just going to destroy it? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just thinking back to earlier when I was like, hey, listen, this E6 tag isn't that horny. I'm just like, wait a minute. I have to fact check myself here. Oh my god. Javelin just casually bouncing off buildings area. Oh my god. Oh, dude, that'd be amazing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hang on, hang on. Put these windows here. I just remembered something. 73.7%. I mean. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. I just remembered at one point I looked up to see if wholesome was a tag. Wholesome is not a tag, but there is wholesome other words. Which... you can only... you can only imply that that's what I was doing. My god. Sometimes I don't know if I should... I don't know if I should... I don't know if I should love being myself or hate being myself. It's love most days. I figure. It's good being a little silly. Oh, you know... Sorry, I was just thinking... I'm gonna do a thing where I, like, stream on holidays. That is obviously not necessarily... not necessarily a super doable thing. All the time, anyway. I haven't put it into action yet. But Christmas is on Wednesday. So, that'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting, especially because if I do stream Mario Party, it seems like a very interesting game that would probably have a very interesting crowd of people playing it on Christmas. Probably would humble me a little bit from last week. Just at that one game where I just absolutely dominated and presumably made everybody quit. It's probably not how it works, though. Yeah, no, it was a good game. It was a good game, but then it just it felt like the other players were just throwing the last few mini games, and I was just like, yeah. And the first game I played was, oh my god. I want to say a thing, but I'm not going to say it. Because why would I say that? Now I'm just thinking about an asexual furry plays Pokemon Smash or Pass, and I'm like, that video was fun. Well, it was an interesting one. It was an interesting one. I mean, like, it may or may not just be like one singular gag. But I feel like I should do something better or something. I should put more effort into it. So what I did was I did go through. I did say Smash or Pass, or I won't spoil any particular thing, but I may or may not have interlaced my my choices with a few specific things depending on the Pokemon. I know that, like, for Lucario, I was like, I'd hug it, but only if it wasn't penetrative or something. Because it's got the chest spike, and if you hug it, it would hurt. Ha. But things like that. But I probably could have spent a little bit of time, said some things for each particular Pokemon. I know that I did that video. I don't know if Gen 9 wasn't added to that list, so I could go and just do a better version exclusively for Gen 9. That's not what I meant. And I mean, And also, I mean, the operating part is also no penetration. So, take that for what you will, I guess. Oh my god. Yep. I'm sure I had some other amazing, spectacular April Fool's ideas for videos, but probably come up with something. Yeah, I've got a few ideas. Maybe I won't share them though. I'll hold those ones close to the chest. There is one type of building that I just do not make. Not for any particular reason, but because it always slips my mind. Stables. For some reason, those always elude me. I suppose this is where I build a stable on this other half of the lot here. I don't know, I guess I should also say that I'm thinking in my mind these would be like shops. Some shops slash houses. Maybe garage? Maybe just a house with a garage? I don't know. There's a few things it could be. Probably just make a little park thing. I was thinking that like this size of lot would be either like a marketplace or maybe a park. But also like office buildings. Probably, well, in this building style, probably not like a factory, but potentially a factory or something like that. Oh, that's fine, that's fine. Well, I've got different ideas for, different sizes of lots. I mean, I could make this sort of size of a lot, which is, basically 2 of these. I could make this a house or something, but, This is also supposed to be kind of like a suburban, semi-urban area. So having things with a little bit more space is fine. Ooh. 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 Yeah, factories are definitely a part of that. Potentially. Not for this particular thing, but for this size. Actually, because I am running out of ideas of stuff to make. Oh, yeah. I mean, like... Oh, create mod? Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. The things I do with create... Actually, that's a good... Let's see... I don't know what was? Oh, right. Oh, right. I love this idea for a building. Okay, so this is like some weird shenanigans. I don't know if I can describe it, but it's a giant build project. This sort of stair building, imagine it's just more of a diagonal strut that happens to have, rooms tucked into it. But but basically, yeah, it's a little apartment, and you've got, a very cozy little space. This one in particular gets 2 windows because but it does get, and this is basically just mirrored on the other side. This one does not have the window. But we go up and the room gets a little bit smaller, but still has the window. Basically. This one's even smaller, but still has the window. And it's got the window out here, and then... No, it just has the one skylight. And this was a test. You can see the windows, very nice, elegant curve. I was testing it. I really like these sorts of windows, but I can't do that with the little kitchenette setup I have. I could, but you wouldn't get the cabinets, which is probably completely fine. But anyway, did I? Oh yeah. Okay, so I have a few create add-ons. So this is not a create add-on. This is Botany Pots. I feel it's kind of cheating because it's just like an auto farm. This one's stalled. But you know, it just fills up this thing, and then it also has a hopper built into it that feeds stuff down, feeds stuff into the chutes, and does stuff. And this, if I can find it somewhere. Oh, here it is. These are diesel engines running off of plant oil. So what's going on here is that we've got these rice plants making, more importantly, rice seeds, which are then getting compressed here. Are getting compressed into seed oil that is being pumped into this tank and then pumped into the generators, into the motors. And we also have this rice, which is getting turned out here, going into the crafter, turn the rice into a rice seed, and then it gets fed back in to the basin for oil production. And I really wanted to do this with one, because it does have two basins. I really wanted to do it with one basin, but it just did not have the throughput to, yeah, it's great. And we got, you know what, actually, let me, before I say the thing, let me look up what this is, just to, is there a Wikipedia article explaining exactly what this is that I can skim through? I only know this exists for a very specific reason. I don't think what I have here is actually the thing. This is basically just like a starter fluid thing where I could very easily just turn this, pump a little bit of fuel in, and then get this whole thing going so it can power itself. Oh, and this is producing more than it is consuming, by the way. And I think this is currently at 75% stress. The Petcock. I think this is what it's called. It's a thing on carbureted engines. I don't know why it is a thing, but I know it's a thing. Yeah. I know it's a thing because somebody was talking about it on the Honda Navi, which is a econo motorcycle scooter, which instead of being fuel injected, it is it's carbureted. And carbureted engines have petcocks. It's not a thing you see a lot because not a lot of motors are carbureted these days. Anyway, I really love this building actually. So part of this was like a specific thing of sort of like, I don't know what it's called, but like the architectural sort of style of like an impossible thing. So we have this sort of the base of this building. The second story is just the first story flipped, and I just like that detail. But the inside of this building, this is an office building, and you can see we've got spiral staircase, and at some point, we get your little, instead of office cubicles, you have office platforms, and you could just go, sit down. You get a very nice view outside wherever you're at. It's also a very compact office building. This is like the other time I explained it, I fell down and made something about falling down the corporate ladder or corporate staircase in this. Yes. Yes. And then I was also I was also thinking of this as like the golden saucer from Final Fantasy VII. And I was like, you know what? What would be a good, like, if I was to take the golden saucer / Midgar and turn that into like an entire country group thing. Well, I basically just tried to copy the Shinra armor as much as possible. So that was the thing. I also tried to make a gyroscope, but gyroscopes don't want to work with basic Create. Create Aeronautics, they probably wouldn't work as gyroscopes, but yeah. I feel like there's got to be some other Create shenanigans I've done. I can tell you that village kit island thing. So this was when I was first figuring out the whole giant city floating island thing. And I have a lot of airships. Quite a few of which are broken because I have, let's see, is this? Yeah, this is diesel powered. And it's got a little cutoff. Right. Yeah. Look at those shenanigans. And then we've got this, which would work in basic Create. And technically I think they are obviously running. I changed it around so so passive heat is not a thing that happens. Sorry, that was a that was me speaking the microphone unintentionally. I apologize. There's like, you can't use campfires because I did this and then installed the mod. They do work, but yeah. But you need like a, let's see, where is the thing? Oh geez. Charcoal burner, which is basically you put charcoal in it and it does what the campfire does. And you can also like overstress it to get like superheated, so you don't technically need to get a blaze burner. But it is more efficient if you get a blaze burner. Because I do not want to go to the Nether, ever. was I? Oh, go back here. I also had a mod, I had a mod, Alex's Mobs, which is, I believe, pretty well known as a mod that makes the Nether absolutely horrifying. There are bone serpents in the lava. There are mosquitoes that latch onto your face. Don't know why I am doing this. I can get the tool to do it for me. Yeah, I really like that mod. I don't have it installed because it just doesn't want to work with all my mods. Oh geez. Scans city lots? That's fair. Oh, yeah, no, I had totally derped. It was like, what time zone are you in? But now, I mean, the Montreal, now I know. I guess, for some reason, like, a lot of people, most of my audience is in that time zone. And I don't know why. Not complaining, but it's just a strange coincidence. And like I have had, the occasional, person in the UK, person in Australia, but like which I don't know. What is a reasonable time to watch a stream? For some people it might be at night, for some people it might be in the morning. Who knows? Alright. Oh, so also, by the way, this is not the correct thing I was looking for. I think, like, if I was gonna make a basic city, this is about the size I would make it. Just throwing it out there. Actually, it's a very specific size that's supposed to... It's sort of a different metric of grid that's supposed to interface with the smaller metric of grid, and like it just so happens that this is the smallest size that it like really works together. Yeah, so that's a thing. Let's see. Grid dungeon. That's just this. Yeah. That's fair. I mean, I can't complain. It did work. Hang on. Oh? Okay, cool. Just didn't want the overlay flashing. Oh, hang on. Did I... it's a really good thing that YouTube decided to pause background video because I forgot that it wasn't on the stream. Luckily, it's still Game Chops, so... Sorry. I've hopefully gone to the actual live stream now, and I just got an ad for an ad blocker. Which, like, makes sense, but also is hilarious. Oh, no. It's still down. Well, let's see here. Can I sort by... No. Popular? Oh, no. It's like individual... Okay. No, I probably shouldn't do playlists. Playlist to Chocobo? Okay. Probably shouldn't, because I'll probably get ads in the middle, and I'm gonna have to be cognizant of that. Alright. Also one VTuber, MooTuber? Alright. Well, welcome Rofer. Enjoy the lurk. Just trying to think of... You know what I could do and should do? Manage my inventory, but I'm also not going to manage my inventory right now. Because it's annoying. I want to have, like, a raised section. I'm gonna try something like that. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a few different things here. Oh, I can't wait to get back into Final Fantasy 13 too. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from that game. And I haven't, really dealt too much with the whole time travel and being able to reset things and do stuff over again if need be. Does seem like an interesting thing. Also, the music is genuinely, like... like, I had Final Fantasy VII as my favorite soundtrack that I've in all the games that I've played so far. Out of 7, 8, 9, 13, and 13.2. I think 13.2 is taking that crown. Now, granted, it also does sound like it could be out of a Sonic game. I could see Crush 40 doing remixes of Final Fantasy 13.2 OST, but that's not a bad thing, at least not in my mind. Understandable, understandable. I hadn't until this year. They are good if you like JRPGs. I mean, it is not the JRPG, I guess. Technically, I guess that would be Dragon Quest. I don't know. It's also probably not a hot take, but a take. I did really enjoy 7, though, I will say. And I played the original 7. Because I genuinely had no idea what to expect. And then, I guess, technically it's urban fantasy, but also it had a lot of steampunk cyberpunk vibes. A lot of cyberpunk sort of, dare I say, undertones. A giant corporation with worldwide control. Yeah, it had cyberpunk vibes. A man with a gun arm. Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, I should think of what I want to do here. Oh, I think I looked at the IAE schedule, and I think Misk Day and Mariah Day is on a Sunday, which is kinda perfect. It's like I was mentioning before, the Guardian is like the only ship that might be able to surpass the Reliant in my eyes. And to have it available fresh and new on that day? Yeah. Well, on those 2 days. For me to check out on stream? Yeah, it's Some might call that fate. Alright, what does this look like? What does this look like? Alright, alright. It was good having you. I will be streaming, you know, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and Mondays as well, so for the foreseeable future. So be on the lookout. See ya. Oh, this is... Wait a minute. Is this a, like... Oh no. We'll see. Sorry, that is... I should have looked at that playlist. What is this? Don't know which particular song this is. It's not Electra de Chocobo or Electric de Chocobo. I don't believe so. Oh, you know what? Probably based off of the video cover saying Final Fantasy V, it's whatever Final Fantasy V Chocobo theme. Alright, let's go back to Game Chops here. If we can. Hopefully, hope Game Chops is doing well. Seems like their streams are down. Unfortunate. Okay. What was I doing? There is some mathematic way to figure out the length I need to do here for this. Yeah, I think that'll work. Because I really do need to just have something like this where this is not efficient. It hurts my soul. But also, It just looks better. It is a more interesting way to place down buildings. It's kind of the more important thing. Kind of. Now I've forgotten what this looks like. Okay. I assumed it was that. I just had to make sure. Yeah, I think this should look good. We'll see. I might... And after this... I don't know where I put the other... I don't know where I put the other things. The Hooja whatsits. The other foundations. I don't think they were at Pandora Pillar. I need to... Pandora Pillar is too good of a name to not use for something. Other city example? Oh, maybe Stone Valley. I'm now realizing that Pandora Pillar does abbreviate to PP. Does make that. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, just gotta check on production here. I still really like this build, even if it's not fully complete. All the generators are lovely. The Cobalt The cobalt skulls are going to fill everything. They're gonna. Oh, they do stack. Okay, that's good. Thought they didn't. What did this room look like? How many monsters were here? Very, very nice. Okay, sorry. I don't mean to show off again. I know I showed this off before, but like, I don't know. I think this is pretty cool. I think it's worth showing off. Maybe it's Stone Valley? No. No, it was actually at Grids and Layouts. I actually put it at a sensible location. Yes, I actually did. Something reasonable for once in my life. Okay. So it's a difficult one to say. I just wanted to figure if stone would be... if I would use the stone for the base material or not. Yes, I probably would. We could get this. So, what do you know? I also don't know why in particular I need to have this, but that's fine. But yes, we're going to just... Of course that doesn't work out quite perfectly. You know what, actually we're going to do this. Add a little bit of depth. I think that should be good. I don't want to go too heavy on stone, and that might be exactly what I'm doing here. I don't know. Maybe I'll touch this up a little bit off stream. It's quiet, the action has slowed down for the night. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Ooh. Yeah. I guess we could. It's alright. Do a little bit of cleanup here on the side detail. And replace. Oh no. Hopefully, I cannot find the search bar. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, I really need to get my mouse working before I go too crazy here. But you can see what I'm going for. Gonna have to clean it up with the roads and everything, but that is alright. And then your little moss planter boxes here. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying before, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy for this week. I might have to record Starfield. I might be very short on videos, but we'll see. Yeah. But yes, Wednesday is gonna be Mario Party Jamboree. Friday will be more Final Fantasy. Sunday will be Star Citizen, not IAE, but the week after will be. So until next time, have a good day, great day, even. Chowskis.